Hello everyone, my name is Tyler, and this week I've been hanging out with a lot of people from the South, so I've kind of picked up a drawl, so y'all are gonna have to deal with it. I'm trying to get rid of it, I'm trying to stop doing it, but it keeps coming back, y'all. It keeps coming back, just like you guys, for some reason. A typical day in the life of Tyler Oakley includes waking up, getting online, staying online all day, tumbling, tweeting, Facebooking, and if it's a Friday, I try to upload a video, but I'm really bad at keeping on my schedule. My vlog has always been like a diary for me, and so I always try to stay true to that and always talk about what's going on in my life and use it as a way to chronicle what's happening, because I've been doing it for 6 years and it's kind of been like a scrapbook for me. But sometimes nothing is going on in my life, so then I'll talk about pop culture. So I'll talk about One Direction or Honey Boo Boo or whatever I could just go on a rant about. And half the time, I don't script anything. I just am okay, let's record for 30 minutes, hope I have 3 minutes worth of footage that I can put in a video. And somehow it seems to work, so I'm not complaining. But yeah, it's a little haphazard.
Can we just take a moment to look at Zayn's face? Jesus Christ.
The hottest member, undeniably, is Zayn. He drips sex. He, looks beautiful. He speaks, just speaking right to my soul. Everything about him is just, perfect. The other boys are all cute or handsome or, husband material, but, the hottest is Zayn.
Darren, Criss, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Stop it.
The first time I met Darren Criss, I was hosting a red carpet live stream for the Trevor Project, which is the leading national organization for crisis and suicide prevention for LGBT youth. So I was hosting the live stream. So it was 1 hour into the live stream, and I'm just chugging along, doing interviews, blah, 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 having fun. And then I see him across the room, and my stomach drops, my heart drops. I start sweating profusely because I'm this is the moment, this is my now. And he is waltzing over slowly. And then it's in between interviews, and I'm do we pull him over? Because we were waiting for producers to tell us to pull him over, blah, blah, blah. And he came over, and we hugged, and we just chatted, and I kept sharing moments, because there were people at home watching, so I kept looking at the camera, being because I knew people were watching along. And then yeah, so it was a whirlwind, and I didn't even remember any of it after it happened. Yeah, it was magical.
Have fun tonight.
So are you freaking out?
I'm dying. I'm dying. I can't.
I first started on YouTube back in 2007. I had seen William Sled, who was this really prominent, I think he was in the top 5 most subscribed back then. I thought he was just so funny, just talking to a camera, and I had never seen anything like that before, and I was I could do that. And at the same time, I had gone off to college and had just kind of said goodbye to a lot of my friends from high school. So this was kind of also a way for me to keep in touch with them. Then I kind of saw that more people were watching, and I remember one time, there was 100 views on a video, and I'm I don't have 100 friends. So I was there must be other people finding my videos. Back in the day, I interviewed to work at Google, and I had 5 interviews. They said no, and I cried and cried and cried, and I'm so thankful that I didn't get it now, because had I done that, my life would have been completely different. So I'm really thankful that a lot of the jobs that I applied for back in the day never really panned out, or the ones that I did, I ended up not liking, because it led me on to try to do full-time YouTube, and now that's what I get to do. So it all worked out. Do you know the word Kiki?
Is it kinky?
No.
Wait, is it a person?
No. So a Kiki is a party that you have with your best friends. So it could be a slumber party. It doesn't have to be a slumber party, but it could be a slumber party.
You have to be gay to have a Kiki.
No, you can have a Kiki.
Oh, I want to have a Kiki.
You can have a Kiki. You can have a Kiki.
Kiki!
No, that's the phrase. Let's have a Kiki. I am going to have a total Kiki. I'll probably do a big twit cam. I always do twit cams. And most YouTubers, when they do a live show, it's an hour. I can I just set up camp, get a whole bunch of bottles of wine, order Chinese, stay online for 5 hours, 4 hours. I might do something like that, but I already have planned what I'm gonna do for my 1,000,000 subscribers video. So I'm ready. It's been in the making. What was your first impression of each other?
I don't even know how to describe it.
I thought you hated me. Yeah. The first time we contacted each other, me and Kingsley, was probably on Twitter, which is how I kind of meet every YouTuber. Usually it starts with a flirty tweet, and then we kind of go back and forth. And this is with everybody, not just Kingsley. and then our audiences like freak out and ship us, and then we're like, well, I guess we should make videos together, and that's usually how it goes with everybody. But I remember with Kingsley, it boggled my mind that he even knew who I was, because like Kingsley's just like this legendary YouTuber, like super original, like one of a kind, like he's been around forever, and he does his own thing. So like for him to even know who I was, let alone like me, I was just like, oh my gosh. We're talking about doing another one, so stay tuned.
Because that's what we do.
Because that's what we do. What is
They're
this?
Stalking each other. This is the black people, like, this is how this works.
This is what Pitbull does in the music videos. It's like
the worldwide.
When I was younger, if I knew that there were like people on YouTube talking about their lives or their coming out experiences, like I would have totally been all over that. So I feel like the more people that are on YouTube that are, you know, openly themselves, whether it's lesbian, gay, trans, bisexual, whatever, the better, because like people can Google that and safely learn more about, you know, how they identify or try to like relate to somebody. So it's really important to me because like I completely understand that I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but as like somebody who has a bit of influence, I feel like it's a lot of responsibility on me to promote LGBT YouTubers that are completely different than me, so that if you don't get me, maybe you'll get one of the people that is completely different than me that I support.
For those saying that it gets better, it didn't get better for you without others on your side, and it's not going to get better for those fighting today without your help.
I would say like projects like It Gets Better say that YouTube is a space that's safe for people, even though like it gets a bad rap with like all the comments section and like whatever, you know, negativity is happening on YouTube. There's a lot of safety that you can find in the community on YouTube, and it kind of like opens the door of dialogue that anybody can get on YouTube. Anybody can get involved, anybody can have a voice, and anybody can influence other people. It's a level playing field where we all have our own stories that are worthwhile. Whether you have 1 million subscribers or 1 subscriber, your story is worthwhile. And I think that's what It Gets Better showed.
Over time, as you are more honest and open about who you are, it just gets easier and easier. And I promise you, although it's probably daunting, it gets easier.
The future of YouTube, I don't know. I have this conversation with a lot of YouTubers a lot of times. We always say, like, back in 2007, 8, 9, like, we didn't know how long it was gonna last. And it's lasted this long, so I feel like I'm just here for the ride, having fun. I am everywhere on the internet, like Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, very prominent, and I do more interactions probably on all the other things than on YouTube itself. So heaven forbid if YouTube were to crash in some capacity, I'd be fine, because my people know where to find me. So it's not the end of the world for me. I feel like I've grown up, and I'm like not even barely done with growing up. So I don't know, like I can go back and watch videos from 2007, 2008, and I'm like, who is this child talking into a camera? It's really interesting because I'm a completely different person now. In every video, I'm completely different, and I'm 100% okay with that. And it's really interesting, especially because a lot of people are like, oh, they'll say to their favorite YouTubers, like, oh, you've changed, or the style of videos you make has changed, or you're so different now, or I wish you would make this type of video that you used to make back in the day. But it's like, I feel like that's doing a disservice to giving them the chance to be human and giving them the chance to grow and evolve and find themselves and be themselves. And I'm really fortunate, I feel, that my audience is like, go with the flow. They'll, whatever I put up, they'll be like, okay, I'll work with this. So if I'm like just rapping Nicki Minaj, they'll be like, yes, I 100% get that. Or if I'm like talking about my day, they're like, okay. Or if I'm talking about One Direction, like they're like, okay. So anything that I do, I feel like my people are very supportive of. What are we doing today, Marcus?
We are going to be predicting future roles.
That's literally not what we're doing at all. Okay, so we are gonna be saying who on YouTube that makes videos is the most likely to ... fill in the blank. All-time top 5, Glozell has to be one of them. She's just iconic. Daily Grace, What the Buck, Jack and Finn. I don't wanna like say anybody else because then I'm excluding everyone else. Kingsley, Miles J. I am saying more than 5. Like Mamrie, Hannah Hart, the Vlog Brothers. Like I'm a fan of everybody, like just as much as people might be a fan of me. Like when my favorite YouTubers post a new video, I have to drop everything and watch. So that's very much a part of me, and I can't pick 5. I love everyone.
Thank you for watching my interview with New Media Rockstars. If you liked this interview, push the like button and subscribe to see more interviews of your favorite YouTubers. And if you want to see the full interview, go to newmediarockstars.com. The link will be below. We got the whole interview and we got a little photo shoot and I'm looking adorable, so go check that out. Okay, bye. I am going to VidCon. I am going to somewhere in the city. I am going to New York in a couple weeks for a little project that will be fun and big. And then I'm going straight to London for a few weeks to work on a lot of collaborations. I'm going to Australia at the end of the year with another YouTuber for another collaboration project. So I'm very busy this year, and I feel really fortunate that I get to travel a lot and kind of go frolic around the world and have fun and film my life and document it and put it on YouTube, and that's what I do. So this year is going to be nuts. So yeah, a lot's going on.